Hello everyone and welcome to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're going to take a look at a couple of sets from Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, and the first set I want to give you a look at is this one. This is set number 75037 and it is the Battle of Saleucami set. Now this is one of the larger battle packs from the LEGO Star Wars range. Obviously the regular battle packs consist of sort of one vehicle and 2 or 3 figures. This particular battle pack features a vehicle, quite a few figures and a play set as well. So you get quite a lot for your money in this set. It currently retails for around £15 or $15 depending where in the world you are. As you can see from the sticker on the back of this one there, I managed to pick this one up on sale for around a tenner, which isn't a bad price. I'm really glad, if I'm being honest, that I didn't pay full price for this one, because I think this is probably one of the more overpriced sets from the LEGO Star Wars range. Some aspects of this set are really cool, others, you know, leave a little bit to be desired, and it's definitely one of the few LEGO sets that are out there at the minute that are sort of geared towards kids, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. The set itself consists of 178 pieces, so it's not a particularly substantial build, but some of the bits that you get in this set do look pretty cool, and you know, it's worth picking up for that aspect alone. This is of course the box that the set comes in, and as you can see it does consist of a BARC speeder with Commander Neo. It consists of a sort of battle station for the Separatists with a few droids, and you also get a STAP as well. So quite a lot to go at, but as I said, some of this set lacks in some areas, whereas in other areas it excels, and I don't think it's particularly hard to see where this figure, or where this set, sorry, you know, hits the mark. As you can see at the bottom there, you've got a rundown of some of the figures that are included, one of which is very cool, and the rest we've seen before. On the back of the box, once again, you've got a few action shots of the set, as well as some of the features that it has. So there we go, that is the box that this one comes in. Now let's take a look at what comes inside. And we'll start by taking a look at probably the best aspect of this set, and that's this, the BARC speeder bike. Now this is a really cool little set, and I must admit this was my main motivation for picking this one up. As you can see on the BARC speeder we do have Commander Neo, or as he's labelled on the box for this one, a BARC Trooper. This is obviously Commander Neo, as he doesn't have the macro binoculars covering the visor. As you can see, the BARC speeder is a nice design. It's simplistic, it's minimal, but it does the job. It really does nicely reflect the BARC speeders seen in the movies. It is a modification of a previously released set, and that comes in the form of the rocket that fires at the front. That's a feature that hasn't been integrated into previous releases of this one, and you've also got a few new decals to this one as well. If we come around the side, as you can see, we've got the battle droid or clanker head with a telechart at the end, at the side of it even, just to denote the kill count. You've got the same on the other side, and then at the back you've got a bit of a colour code and some technical details as well. So it's a reasonable build, as I said. It looks pretty cool, and once the BARC Trooper or Commander Neo is in place, it does really look quite nice. As I said, this is the best aspect of this set in my opinion. The rest of it is a little bit weak, and as I said, it's definitely geared mainly towards children, but as I said, if you can find this set cheap enough, it's worth picking it up just for this guy alone. So with that said, let's take a look at the Commander Neo minifigure. As I said, he is my favourite aspect of the set itself. He's a brand new figure and he looks really cool. As you can see, he does feature the standard Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith style Phase 2 clone helmet, just repainted in the style of Commander Neo. So obviously you've got the thinner visor over the eyes, you've got a modified mouth section as well, you've got that 91st Reconnaissance Corps symbol printed on the head, you've got a maroon arm, and obviously that bandolier strap and all the decals printed on the torso there as well. It does come with a blaster rifle. And on the back of the figure we've got some more printed details which look very, very cool. If we proceed to pop off the helmet, you can indeed see the standard and disgruntled clone trooper face underneath. So very, very cool minifigure indeed. Really happy to add this one to my minifigure clone trooper ranks. He looks really, really nice, and again this set is purely worth picking up for this guy on his own. So that is Commander Neo and the BARC Speeder. Now let's take a look at the opposite end of the spectrum, and that comes in the form of the battle droids and the separatist side of things. So we'll kick things off with the STAP, or the Single Trooper Aerial Platform, I believe it's called. As you can see, you've got your regular battle droid stood at the back there, holding onto the STAP. This is very similar to the STAP that's included with the MTT, or the Multi-Troop Transport, that I previously reviewed. Obviously it's just done up in different colours, in the blue, obviously with those different decals on the front as well to denote that this one is from the Clone Wars sort of era, rather than the Phantom Menace sort of theme. Again, simplistic build, but definitely does the job. It's covered in dust, I do apologise. But yeah, it looks cool, and obviously your clones are going to need something to shoot at and destroy. So for the most part, it's not bad. You've got the speed flaps on the side there, or the feet platform, I guess they're supposed to be. But yeah, looks pretty cool nonetheless. Obviously it's on a clear stand to make it look like it's floating around. And included with this set we get these sort of makeshift display stands which we can stand some of our minifigures on, and I'll show you some more of those as we go through this review. So there we go, that is the STAP. Now, as I said, we do indeed get a few more battle droids with this set, just a single one here, who, as you can see, does come complete with a blaster rifle, and as I said earlier, one of those makeshift display stands. These come into effect with the sort of battle station playset element of this set, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. And we also get a couple of super battle droids as well, which, as I've said in previous reviews, aren't my favourite minifigures. You know, I kind of find these to be a little bit of a cheap option for LEGO to take. You tend to get a lot of these with the advent calendars and stuff like that, and I'm not a huge fan of them. But as I said, your clones are going to need something to fire at, and what better way to do that than to include a couple of these guys. So obviously we get quite a few separatists with this set, and these battle droids and separatists and whatnot are going to need somewhere to hide from that BARC Speeder, and that comes in the form of this sort of jungle themed battle station. Now, as you can see, if we tip it upwards, we've got a couple of slots in the battle station where you can sort of place your minifigures on their stands, like so. Obviously have them ready to fire at the BARC Speeder itself, and you can also proceed to place the STAP in one of those as well. So, you know, it doesn't look particularly brilliant, you know, it's not the most detailed set, it looks a little bit childish, but it's a fun little build, and I suppose for diorama builders, some of the parts that come included with this one are going to be of some real use. So I can't fault it too much, but it's not particularly to my taste. As I said, the main reason I purchased this one was for the BARC Speeder and Commander Neo. So let's take a look at this base in more detail. As you can see, it is of course based on the scenes in Revenge of the Sith, based on Saleucami, just before Order 66. One thing I would have really liked to have seen in this set is maybe instead of the STAP, or instead of this display base, maybe an extra BARC Speeder with Stas Ali, so you could recreate that Order 66 scene where Clone Commander Neo shoots her down. I think that would have been a more, not acceptable set, but you know, a bit more collector friendly, whereas this playset feature is a little bit, as I said, childish and kid orientated, so it would have been nice to have seen something a little bit different. as you've just seen there, I just showed you that unintentionally, but you can indeed display this base a little bit differently. You know, it's on hinges, as you can see at the back there, so you can twist this round and pose it in different ways, which is pretty cool, I guess. Again, there's not a great deal to this build. It looks a little bit standard, very childish, and you know, just not that great, to be honest with you. This is certainly a set that I won't be displaying in my collection, but the parts may come in handy for something else, I suppose. The one cool aspect of this is the fact that you get a sticker which can be applied to the front of the base, and you've got a few sort of blaster shots there as well printed on that. So it's not terrible, it's just not to my liking, but I dare say some people will appreciate it. As you can see, you can display your battle droids in there ready to fire. So you know, it's a take it or leave it set for sure. As I said, for the full £15 or $15 that this set is going to cost, I don't think it's particularly worth the full price. But as I said, the Commander Neo and the BARC Speeder that you get with this set are really, really cool. And if you try and find this guy on the secondary market, he'll probably cost you, you know, the same price as the set itself anyway. So you might as well do yourself a favour and pick up some extra bits and pieces if you want to pick up this guy on his own. It certainly makes more sense from a cost point. And again, the BARC Speeder that he comes with isn't terrible either. You know, it's a nice little set as well. Just broke off one of the handlebars when I just realised that. We'll reattach that. It will go on. Come on. Ugh. There we go. So, you know, not a bad set by any means, but it does have its pros and cons for sure. Those little features on the side I really quite like. You know, the Lego Battle Droid head printed on the sticker there, and you've got some controls on there as well. So, not terrible, but not great, you know. It depends which side of the fence you really sit on with this one as to whether or not you want to pick it up. So, as I've said numerous times throughout this review, this is definitely worth picking up for the BARC Speeder and for Commander Neo, but the rest of the set is probably something that you can afford not to add to your collection. So, it really depends how badly you want this bit of the set. So, I'm not going to go to the full length of recommending this set to you, but if you do want to pick this up, then by all means go ahead and do so. As always, there's a link in the video description where you can do that. And again, the Clone Commander Neo and BARC Speeder aspect of this set is indeed very, very cool. And in my opinion, again, at the right price, is worth picking the set up for. So that's going to do it for this review on the Battle of Saleucami. Once again, Lego set number 75037. And this comes direct from the 2014 range of Lego Star Wars products. I'm just about to play catch up with some of these reviews. You know, I've got a few of these Lego sets that I've picked up myself that I haven't reviewed yet. I've got this one, I think the Vulture Droid, the Wheel Bike and the ATAP. So quite a few to get through. And I'll be bringing you those hopefully in the run up to Christmas and in the new year. And then we'll be taking a look at some Black Series and Rebels figures and all that sort of stuff as well. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at this review. And until my next one, as always, keep collecting and may the Force be with you.